I'm going to do something different this semester instead of grading. And this is worth looking at it in detail. So if you're currently watching this and watching TV with your other eye, put both eyes on here. I'm not going to grade assignments in terms of your usual 60, 50, 70, 80, and 100 points. All assignments will be graded based on one of three grades: satisfactory, unsatisfactory, or not submitted. That's it. Obviously, not submitted, you know what it is. You didn't submit it, so you didn't submit it. Satisfactory and unsatisfactory are defined differently for each kind of the homeworks or the types of homeworks, okay? But the idea is the following. For you to get a grade in the class, you have to complete a particular number of assignments in the satisfactory category. So let me show you an example. So workouts, which I will show again later what that means. These are small programming assignment, like write a function or write 2 lines of code. If you get 80%, it is considered satisfactory. If you get less than 80%, it's unsatisfactory. Now, mind you, workouts you can submit multiple times until you get more than 80%. And even though they have a deadline, they're open for a week after the deadline. So you have plenty of time to complete all your workouts in a way that you get 80% of the grade. And not only that, if you're stuck with something, that's why I have office hours. Then you schedule office hours. You have plenty of time. You have a deadline and an extra week. There's a lot of opportunities for you to come see me and say, I'm stuck with this problem. What is it that I'm doing wrong? And I'll help you. The idea is that I'm giving you the opportunity to reach a level of mastery, meaning I've got this, I understand it now, rather than saying, in your first shot, you didn't do well enough, go away. The same thing for homeworks. The homeworks, you need 80% for it to be considered satisfactory. There will be a rubric with each homework. Some of them are just quizzes that are automatically graded. You got 80%, the homework is good. If you don't have 80%, you probably have a chance to resubmit it and get a higher score. There will be some tech notes that I'll talk about later on. There's a tech note write-up component that you have to write about a 1.5 page document. 80%, there's a rubric that goes with it that will give you all the details. We will ask you to record a video for each tech note. There will be 2 tech notes in the semester. And there's a rubric for grading it. The video is basically you talking PowerPoint slides, 3, 4, 5 slides, not a whole lot. And then, because all the students are going to submit a video, I'm going to ask you to review a few of them, 2 or 3 of your fellow students. And there'll be programming projects, 3 of them. So as you can see, all of these are things that I'm not going to give you a grade. I'm just going to say, did you do a satisfactory work? That translates to about a 70 or 80%, but that is it. And a lot of them are flexible, can be submitted multiple times for you to keep trying to get to that point. Now, okay, that sounds cool. How do I get an A, a B, a C? Here's how you get a grade. The grades are organized in what's called grade bundles. That is, if you want to get an A, you have to submit satisfactorily 8 workouts, that is all of them, 8 homeworks, that is all of them. You have to do the tech notes and the reviews. You have to do 3 of the 4 programming assignments. And you have to have an average of 90% in the 2 exams. But remember that there's a final exam that's optional that you don't have to take it, but you could take it to increase the average in the exams, okay? So basically you could take the exam and replace one of the 2 exams. You could take the final and replace one of the 2 exams. So that's what you need to do to get an A. Now, to get a B, you need to do only 6 of the 8 workouts. You need to do 6 of the homeworks. You still got to do the 2 write-up, or you only need to do 1 video. You still have to do the 3 programs, 80% on the exams. To get a C, you go down to 5, 1 write-up, 1 video, and half the reviews that you're assigned. 2 programming assignments at 70%, and 70% for the exams, and so forth. So it's completely up to you. A lot of these things you have plenty of time to submit again. Workouts can be submitted multiple times. Take notes, I'll give you a quick review and you can resubmit. Homeworks are probably open for extended time that you can resubmit. Programming assignments can be submitted and graded multiple times. The exams you can't take multiple times, but you can take the final and replace one of the grades. So in all of them, I'm giving you lots of opportunities for you to sit down, watch the videos, do the activities, come and ask questions in office hours, and submit and get graded and improve. This is the way I'm going to do this semester. It's the first time I do this. I urge you to read this page to see if it makes sense. And I want to just point out here at the end, this is not just some crazy stuff that I came up with. There is a professor at Clemson that has been advocating this for a few years, and there's some very strong pedagogical reasons for it, that are basically saying this is more equitable for students. And it occurred to me that at the time we're living with all the craziness with the pandemic, all the calls for social justice around the violence against African Americans, it occurred that maybe it's time I try something radically different and see if this would make you perform better in the class under the very trying conditions. So I hope this makes sense to you.